All right. A pleasant good afternoon. Blessings on us all. The time is 19 minutes after the hour of 3 p.m. Today is the Monday, the 11th day in the month of January. Well, this is part 5 because I've gone through part 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is part 5. The last part 4 I did was the family going out, but I forgot to mention that when the family goes out, if there is child or children, that they must be very careful, keep an eye on the children, monitor them, and be very calm in case of any excitement. Keep the children under control. Okay, now I promised part 5 to deal with finance, which is money. And I must ask the question, what's the first thing to be on your mind when you get your salary, your pension, or your income? Well, for me, the first thing on my mind is money. Food. Yeah, food. Why? Because without food, food is the energy that pushes me forward or backward, right, left, or wherever. But food energizes me to motivate myself towards an object or towards a goal. GOAL, right? So, food is priority. After food, I think of my bills to pay because I want to keep the food in the fridge, right? I want to have lights over my head. I want to have water to cook the food. Well, after that, rent or my wife's allowance and children allowance to go to school, come back from school, recess money, and so on and so on. But I am advising family because you see this family thing and relationship thing is not easy. And you're supposed to have a calculated intelligence to run a family. So therefore, when you get your money, if you know you have some weakness like drinking, like gambling, like just having fun, your priority is to head straight home, full time. If you have debt support, like you have to put court, you borrow money from somebody, make sure that you pay your debts. Make sure that whatever money you borrow, that you pay it back. Because you or your family should not be walking the road looking over their shoulders. While food is necessary, we just cannot go to the market and buy food because you want to have a healthy family, an ongoing family, energetic, dynamic. You don't want to be sick. So that if you have to go to work today, tomorrow you're sick, you can't go to work, the boss man asking if you think you can make it, hospital, no. You want to be healthy. You want to be up and ready, a sound mind and a sound body. So you have to think. But you just can't go to the market and say food. Because there are so many poisonous food out there, artificial color, artificial flavoring, food that are being sprayed too much with chemicals. So you want something which is organic, something which is pure, natural, so it could energize you. It wouldn't constipate you. Mucus, gluten, right? You see the white flour. Long ago when we wanted to fly kite, we take water and we put it with white flour and mix it up. It becomes very thick. And it used to make glue for the kite. So avoid the white flour, the glutinous food, the mucus food to form mucus in your body, constipate you, block up everything, create one set of diseases. So you have to educate yourself, right? Listen to this is Dr. Sebi. Get the facts about herbs, and the reason for herbs and what they can do to your body. And try to eat as natural as possible. Exercise, but have everything within a limit. As I've said before, freedom is nice, but everything must be limited. Take enough rest, sleep. And not because you have food to eat, you're going to eat anytime, you're going to go to sleep anytime, you're going to eat too much. Always practice caution with everything. Pay your bills. And make sure that you budget yourself good so that you won't overdo it or you won't underdo it. Right? Make sure that you budget yourself so you know that my wife gets this, my children get this, the house or this, so that you can go along with a monetary guideline. You ain't going to town to buy thing anyhow. When I budget myself and I go in town, sometimes I go in the store, the people in the store say, hey, you want this, you want that? Sometimes I look at something, I say, hey, this thing is nice, boy. But when I check myself, I say, no. Next time around there for you, you are not on my budget. So you have to discipline yourself as to what you're spending from what you're not spending. You can't just pick up everything, blah, blah, blah. Look, you churn more money, they have a bad habit, look, take this, take that. You have to budget, you have to sacrifice. Sometimes you can't get everything, but you have to think about the thing which is most important. Do not hang your hat where your hand can reach. You and your wife going out, or you and your maid going out, right? You have to know that when you're going out, how much you're spending. You just can't go out and because you watch everybody sitting on market and buying big thing, you want to buy big thing too. And when you go home, you're crying shame on yourself, boy, you know what, boy, I have no money. No? You go out to suit yourself. You don't go out to follow others. You know, long ago, when we used to go out, we used to prepare things at home and go out. If you think that you cannot buy the food outside because food outside today, they're putting them on scale and things expensive and so on, prepare a meal or prepare yourself at home, make a sandwich at home, whole wheat. If you so wanting to eat bread, make a sandwich at home, prepare things at home. It will be much cheaper for you and head for you. The place where you want to go on picnic or, but please don't go into people's business and carry your food and sit down by the table and eat it, right? They provide accommodation for customers. So get yourself some place, if it's on the promenade, on the beach or someplace, right? Now, there is something I want to say about family and money. Long ago, when my mother cooked, she used to cook not just for we in the house, but in case anybody passed through. Today, you're scarcely getting that. Things harder. Long ago, when Christmas time, we buy for a lot of people to come. And we begging people to come and eat down everything, drink down everything, we feel nice. Today, things harder, you're scarcely getting that. With poor people. So, people today have to use their discretion. Family today cannot move like family yesterday. When you used to go to the shop and they buy 3 pounds of rice and they give you a little thing extra or still a lanyard or whatever it is. We don't have that today. Long ago I remember we used to take a piece of cloth and put it every Thursday morning, put it where all the shop goods are exposed, and you cannot sell shop goods on a Thursday morning. I don't know what's the reason for that, but you could only sell things like soft drinks and so on, but all the rice and peas, you take a cloth and cover it, because when the food inspector comes around, you could be charged for selling goods on a Thursday morning. And I must get back to that because I remember that, but I cannot recall what's the reason for that. If the shopman selling, you sell it underneath. So you finance yourself in such a way so that you won't have overspending or underspending. And the thing about it is that when family come by you, they will come in for the weekend. Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some of them expect to come and spend the weekend free of charge, to come empty-handed. But they come Friday evening, you sleep on Friday night, you're watching TV. Saturday, you come, you're watching TV, lights burning over your head, you have children, and you want to get tea, dinner, lunch, punch, or whatever it is on Saturday and Sunday, you're going back Monday morning. I went by family and they feel good. No. All that had to cut out. If you want to go by family, actually go with something. If you want to go with food stuff or money. And then they have some big babies these days. The mother or the father encourage them in the baby thing from small, and when they grow up, they never leave it off. They grow up big baby. Let me tell you something now. I see mothers 72 years go in the market, making market to go home and cook, and the children idling home watching TV or some by the roadside or whatever it is, and the children just waiting for food to cook and they're ready to eat. Mother spoil the children. Big children still depending on mother. I just call them adult babies and father to guide them through. They didn't have today. They didn't have the next day. And sometimes when they have, the mother can't get. Ask some of them if their mother going to the market and she dropped down and they had to spend a 2,000 on she to get she good, if they could spend it. They can't spend it. And some of them, they have it, they won't spend it. So the family is in a sort of turmoil, is in a sort of trouble when it comes to finance. Right? It have women with children that expect the mother or the father to mind them and mind the children too. Or father to mind his child and his grandchildren too, or his grandchild. Because they in a life, a kind of stupidness. This man, children for this man, children for that man. They go down the road now and then the girl will work. Once that's stupidness, nonsense. And when they're back against the wall, mommy, daddy, I ain't have, I'm hungry, or this or that. Life for today. Then what about for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day? So it's a continuing stupidity. It's an ongoing stupidness. And then sometimes mommy or daddy is so afraid, according to the character, they have to deal with their own children. Or they so love the children that I can't see my children starve, anyhow is my child. And the child takes advantage of that, or the children takes advantage of that, and they know where to hit them and how to hit them. They know the big spots, so they keep on. Mommy, I have, mommy, oh God, mommy, I have. They come today, they come tomorrow, they come next month, and it's going. I just want to know when the mommy or daddy dead, what they will do. What they will do. They are big babies, adult babies. They are being breastfed. And when it comes so, nobody can see any progress because mother have money, she spend it. Father have money, he spends it. Children don't have money, they depend on father and mother. Grandchildren want to go to school, sometimes the children have nothing to go to school. Oh gosh, when my children that to go to school. Oh gosh, for today, that to go to school. But what about the next day and the next day and the next day? So everybody just playing stupid and everybody just sympathizing with stupidness. Right? And what they call that a dependency syndrome. You have a syndrome, you have a weakness to depend on other people. If you're not depending on mother or father, you're depending on government. Right? You want government to pass things. You want a CPEP work, you want this, you want grant, you want this, you want that. Depend on yourself. You enter a relationship, no money, no love. This is what you have to understand. A relationship is not just about having a little thing today and then nothing, I will take a little thing for tomorrow. No, a relationship is about having enough for today so that you can come face to face tomorrow by the will of the Most High and say, yes, I'm ready for tomorrow. It's not for you to say, well, forget about tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, I want to beg somebody. Or you want a little $3 to go and play a play mark because you might win. Not so. And that means, again, we're going back, that you didn't get into the relationship with a solid foundation. Or your mother and father didn't bring you up on a solid foundation. So all the bad ways you take from them, you pass it on to this life now, you're living with a man or something like that. That's how it is. And if somebody comes along and want to give you proper instruction, you're vexed. If somebody comes along and want to say, no, this shouldn't be, you're vexed. Right? You see what some mothers and fathers do? They sympathize too much. Leave your children there when they want to go that way, and do not sympathize with them. Right? They have to learn, because you have to tell yourself, if you were not around, if you were dead, if you were in the hospital, would they come up to the hospital and beg you? Well, I know it happened already. Boy, I tell you, some people sick in this world. They do not train their child or children and themselves to be inventive, to be innovative, to be progressive. Sit down and think. You're living by the roadside? Yeah. You ain't working? You have cars passing up and down? Look for some drink besides water. Look for some drink in which fact it's not something that is customary selling by the roadside. Right? And see if you could start a little business by selling and use your man and try to improve on that and whatever. But that means that there must be unity in the family, there must be discipline, there must be a solid foundation. Because you can't be buying things to sell and the next thing you know, your brother or your sister or somebody taking out it. You can't be in a family and you're working hard and they put the thing in the fridge and some sibling or some brother or sister eating out it. That causes confusion in the family. You can't be a husband to your wife and you know when you get your money, you're at the store side and have fun with the boys. When you go in, you're going to be next to nothing or you're gambling. Money. But you have to discipline yourself with it. And that is one of the most important parts of the family life. A family cannot exist without money. And in order to get money, you must have wisdom. So let's put wisdom first. You must be wise. You must be intelligent. So that when you get that money, you'll know how to multiply that money or continue to get that money. If you're working somewhere, you'll know how to be intelligent enough so that you can get promotion in your work. So that you can go to work and you can always be productive to yourself or to the employer, or whatever the case may be. You can't say, well, I'm going to work today. Or you can't tell yourself, well, you know, Carnival Monday is Carnival Monday, boy. I'm not going to work Carnival Monday. I want to go by the beach Sunday. I'm not going to work. Yes, you have to take a rest. You have to have fun. But according to the kind of work you're doing, you have to respect it. Like if you're a policeman and they call you Carnival Monday, go say, ain't going. If you're a doctor and nurse or whatever it is, there are certain portfolios, right? Or there are certain work that people do, right? That they have to be active when everybody having fun. Otherwise, if you don't have doctors and nurses on Carnival Day and firemen, what will happen in case there's an emergency? Nobody to drive the fire ambulance, nobody to drive the police car, nobody. Everybody want to have fun, right? I mean, they eat down from the whole cake, they have nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So that is what I have to talk about 37. Well, let me see how much minutes it is now. Yeah. So that is it concerning finance, right? Finance means discipline. And Mr. Husband or Mr. Man or Miss Woman, morality. You see, when you want to commit infidelity, this outside man and outside woman and I'm going to see if I get money, avoid confusion, avoid bacchanal, because all these things discuss money. When it explodes, courthouse, this one cussing this one see this one with my avoiding stupidness. Sometimes I want to know why does poor people, want to generate that kind of energy on sex and on bacchanal when they know they cannot afford it. Whether you could afford it or not, please keep in mind that you have to obey the laws of the Most High. You have to obey the Ma'at. Right? So that's about it. Finance, what again? Well, I have something coming up with it. I think the last thing that I have to deal with is with sex, right? But as I said before, you will get a little piece of it, as I was saying recently. You don't go and have children for this man, children for that man, children. Nonsense, man. You like sex so much so that you're putting yourself down in a hole. As I always say, what's sweet good mouth is sound in the bam bam. Look at yourself now. You make one for one man, he man in children. You make two, he man in children. You make three, you make four. Oh gosh, man. Come on, man. Have a good day, my people. Blessings.